This is the kind of film that will appeal to a very niche audience, but if it's your thing, you'll have a great time. I'm talking about Deathstalker, which is a reboot of the 1983 Sword and Sorcery film, which was a Roger Corman production. And this new version comes to us from Steven Kostanski, who brought us The Void, Frankie Frico, and Psycho Goreman, which was one of my favorite films of 2021. If you've seen any of those films, then you get a sense of just how much reverence Kostanski has towards low-budget, outsider genre movies from the 80s and early 90s. And so it doesn't surprise me that he's now dipping his toes into the sword and sorcery genre. And with tackling Deathstalker in particular, he's really evoking the specific kind of low-budget knockoff movie that came out after the success of Conan the Barbarian. So when I say the audience for this is going to be pretty niche, I do mean it, because you have to be the kind of person who finds a lot of charm in those kinds of movies, because Kostanski captures the spirit of them really well, while still having his usual tongue-in-cheek sensibilities, but not necessarily going full parody like they did with Deathstalker 2 back in '87. Daniel Bernhardt is the lead in this, and he's not someone most people will recognize, but if you do follow a lot of the behind-the-scenes talent of a lot of action movies, then you'll recognize him as a notable stuntman who has worked in a lot of projects with 87 North Productions. And it's really cool to see him take the lead in something like this. He's very charming, he's funny, he's got the look of a rugged hero, and of course he rocks when it comes to the action sequences. And given his background, he kind of fits perfectly in line with the kind of guys who would usually get the lead in movies like this back in the day. Guys who never fully made it as like a Hollywood leading man, but still put in the work for every project that they got. So you think of guys like David Carradine or Reb Brown. If you're the kind of person who can sit down and enjoy something like You're the Hunter from the Future, then I think you'll have a really great time with 2025's Deathstalker. It's fun, it's a quick watch, the violence is delightfully gruesome. So those are my thoughts on Deathstalker. If you've seen the film, then feel free to let me know what you thought of it in the comments.